So when Tom asked me to do this show, I was like, of course I'll come. And he was like, I also want you to play one of your songs. And I was like, why? But I am going to play one of my songs for you. So this one, I don't know if you guys have ever had a creative crisis, or an existential crisis, or an extreme case of imposter syndrome, but I had just that when I was writing for my latest record in Nashville. I was 2 weeks into my writing trip, 5 days into my 2-week writing trip with absolutely this many songs. That's a bunch of math, but basically it means I was not good at my writing trip. And I was like going down the road of every possible negative self-talk thing I could say to myself, just like, you're not a musician, you're not an artist, what are you doing? So my then boyfriend, now fiance, is trying to get me out of my writer's block. And he says, why don't we go down in Nashville and see a show? Let's go. So we go, it's so great, and I feel so much worse than I did before, you know? And after the show, we were driving home towards Franklin, Tennessee, and there's this beautiful highway called the Franklin Pike, and it was a full moon, it was a Saturday night, and I was sitting in the passenger seat going, why can't I write any good songs? Why is that band so good? And I'm not. Colin Linden lives in Nashville, and he makes records with Bruce Coburn, and I'm just me. You know, just like going off on a crazy tangent. And my partner John's trying to lead me out of it. He's like, it's gonna be okay. I know it's gonna be fine. And at that exact moment, we nearly hit 2 big, giant wild horses in the middle of the highway. So, me being the Canadian member of the couple, I'm like, pull over. We can do something about this. I've had exactly 1 horseback riding lesson in which they never covered horses on highways, but I feel we've got a chance. Anyway, no other cars were stopping. It was like this was an illusion just for me at that moment. And what it did for me is got me out of any of my negative self-talk, any of my crisis moment, and brought me into the present with just that mom and that baby horse. And they ran off onto, somebody's lawn, which I was like, we're not doing that in Canada or America. You can't go on anybody's lawn anymore. But I got this song, and after I wrote every single song for the record in succession. So this song's called 2 Wild Horses. Two wild horses on Saturday night, they got loose near the Franklin Pike. Mother and baby just mindlessly grazing, they were blind to the cars that flew by. I was knocking on doors at the gold-gated mansion, slipping on silky champagne. Nobody knew what the right thing to do was, so 2 wild horses ran away. 5 long days later, I was troubled about where I was when this all began. I was strumming my feet in a little apartment. I played to my heart's content. I was a specter who stumbled all over the city. I haunted the barrooms till dawn. And in misty white morning Look, you don't even come close to the feeling I get when I see your face. And there's nothing I wouldn't give to be near you, to be there when you need a friend. We are two wild horses on a Saturday night, and I will wander with you till the end. Number one, I would like to say I'm honored to be on this stage this particular evening. It means so much to me, personally. But also, with what we've heard tonight, I am not an Indigenous person, but I strive to be an ally. And I think that one of the ways that we can do that is by saying to ourselves, yes, I can do that. I can read the TRC. Just say, yes, I can. Every time you think you can help, say, yes, I can. Please, from me, I love you guys.